Thanks, everyone, for having me today. It's really great to be able to chat to you guys, be it virtually. But my name is Matt Levy. I've been an ambassador with Manatech for a very long time, and it's my pleasure to be able to chat to you guys about resilience, adversity, attitude, and I guess a bit about me and my journey. I was born 25 weeks premature. So I didn't have the easiest start in life. I was born weighing around 600 grams and was the size of basically an adult palm. I had around 40 to 50 operations before the age of 15. But I guess didn't let that stop me doing what I've been able to do. I've been lucky enough to go to the past 5 consecutive Paralympic Games and win a few gold, silver, and bronze medals, and then a few World Championships and Commonwealth Games in between. But I guess what I'm kind of share with you today is a bit of the lessons and the learnings I kind of have gained along the way, and hopefully you can put it into practice in your own lives. I guess for me, I always start off with a goal and a target. And for me, very early on, I wanted to swim. I did swimming for health and therapy reasons. I was in the water before I could learn to walk. And it was through, I guess, my love of sport and my love of swimming that I kind of got involved in the more competitive side of things. And I watched the Sydney Paralympic Games in 2000, and I saw people with far worse disabilities than myself. And that's when I kind of really wanted to do something more than just swim up and down and do it for laps. And that's why I got that burning desire to want to go to a Paralympic Games and achieve something more than just what I was currently doing. And I remember back in one of my first swimming carnivals in 1999, 2000, one of the test events for the Sydney Paralympic Games. I remember doing my swimming races, barely making 50 meters, and then going off and playing with my friends on the play equipment at Olympic Park out at Homebush. And unbeknown to me, I didn't realize there was a going home time and a time to get back on the bus to go back to school, which was around 70, 80 Ks away. And in that kind of moment, I could have looked at it as I could have crawled into a ball and cried, but I kind of saw it as a learning experience and an opportunity to learn and grow. I had to get home some way, shape, or form. Back then, we had no social media, no Instagram, no Facebook. We didn't have any of that, and I didn't have a mobile phone at the time. I had around 20 cents in my pocket, enough to call my parents and let them know that I was safe, and I had to work my way from Olympic Park. A lot of asking questions to strangers, a lot of blank looks from the general public, and a lot of wrong trains and wrong buses. But I ended up getting home eventually, around 3-4 hours later. But I guess that was a big eye-opener, a big experience in setting goals and setting targets in a different way. We all, I guess, have those vivid memories of ourselves getting lost as a kid in the shopping mall, on the way home, or whatever that case may be. But we all start off with having that goal of wanting to get to that end state, and it's no different when I was 12 to when I'm 35. The principle is still the same, and it's really about working out where I need to go and how I need to get there. Yeah, being able to put that into practice, not only in my sporting life, but also in my work life as well. And that brings me to it's all well and good to have, I guess, a goal and manage those goals to the best of your ability, but we can't do that without creating tools and putting things in place to get there. For me, I guess it's very important to have a mindset of wanting to improve each day and wanting to be better than you were yesterday. For me, I guess it's always about ticking those boxes and making those, increasing those 1%ers. No matter if it's in the pool or at work, it's always about trying to do the best you can with what you've got. And for me, one story kind of sticks in my mind is in 2008, I went to those games and thought I'd ticked every box and turned every stone to do the best I can. But I didn't end up having the best games that I could. And on self-reflection, I realized that I wasn't turning up to training with the mindset of doing my best and trying to achieve better each day. I was just turning up to training and going through the motions and really kind of not focusing on the best outcome and really kind of working out, turning up to training and wanting to improve and wanting to do the best I can. So it was post that those games that I kind of realized that I needed to turn up to training, wanting to achieve and wanting to be the best I could be. At the end of the day, we have competitors left, right, and center, and whether it's in business, life, or otherwise, we always have things that we are striving for and striving to beat. But at the end of the day, it's the person looking opposite us in the mirror that we have to be better than. And it's really, for me, it's always been about focusing on what you can control. And we can control what we think, what we feel, and what we do. So for me, it's the tools are always been to focus on that and also focus on turning up to training with the right mindset and turning up to training wanting to do the best you can with what you've got. And yeah, that, I guess, mindset definitely helped me on the road to 2012 in London. And yeah, I was lucky enough to win a gold, silver, and 3 bronze at these games. But it was thanks to a mindset shift and an understanding of what tools I need to get there. And part of that was, I guess, what I had between the ears that sort of helped that take place. And that brings me to, I guess, you've got your goals, you've got your tools to get there, but you need to, I guess, create an action plan and create, I guess, a path to get to that end state. And for me, I guess it's always been about breaking those goals down into smaller bite-sized chunks. So every session that I turn up to, every set that I do in the pool, everything I guess I kind of do towards improvement is really breaking it down into what can I do in this moment to be better than I was yesterday and the best version of myself. And yeah, I've got, I guess, goals of making Paralympic Games, for example, and that could be 1 year, 2 years, 5 years in advance, in the future. But I can do a lot in the day I've got to really kind of make the most of that opportunity. So I turn up to training, working out, well, what can I improve today? Can I improve my starts? Can I improve my turns? Can I improve certain strokes to get the best outcome possible and make the most of that 2-hour session or those 220 laps that I do? And it's the same in business as well. It's really about turning up to work with a purpose and really looking at, well, I've got this go live date coming up in 6 months' time. What do I need to do to have the best outcome in those 6 months' time? Do I need to focus on comms? Do I need to focus on learning or training? It's the same kind of process that I follow in my sport. It's really about looking at, well, how can I make the most of the goal that I've got in front of me and keep improving in increments. Goals are scary and goals seem impossible, but if you break it down and have it in bite-sized chunks, it makes the process in your mind a lot easier, and it makes the improvement a lot better as well. Because for me, I guess in a sporting sense, standing on the dais, standing on the blocks and diving in, representing my country, is not just luck, and it's not just based on hard work, but it's based on a plan and an action to get to that end goal. And yeah, it's full of doubt and full of confusion sometimes, but for me, I guess it's really about remembering where I started and what I've done to get there, and part of that is the action plan, and is that process of what do I need to get to that end goal. Yeah, so that kind of brings me to, I guess, a really important part of what I've learned in my sporting career and in my life. It's creating, I guess, an inner circle, creating people around you that can create the best outcome possible. We can't do it alone. I can't stand on the blocks and dive in by myself. I do, yes, obviously, but I have many people around me that have given me feedback along the way, positive, negative, in between. And I guess it's thanks to that feedback and that understanding that I'm able to lift myself higher than I think I can, because we all have, I guess, our limits. We all think we can do this and do that, but I think it's people that look at you from the outside that can really understand, well, what can I do? What can you do to improve this and improve that? I guess you can't take all their advice, but it's really about having people that you trust and having people that you feel comfortable bringing on that journey with you. And for me, I guess it's been no different in my sporting and in my life. It's having my friends, my family, my work colleagues, having people that I can lean on and ask those tough questions, and they can give me those tough answers. And I wouldn't be, I guess, here today and being able to do what I do without people around me having those tough conversations with me and kind of giving me that understanding that, well, it might work this way, it might work that way, and giving me, I guess, more food for thought than I can think of on my own. So it's very important, I guess, to have people around you that you trust and that you can call on for advice. And I've never had any problems with that, and it's been really great to help me lift me higher than I think I could have, and tell me things that I potentially don't want to hear, but has helped me improve in my daily life and in my sporting career as well. I guess brings me to, I guess it's all well and good to have people around you that you trust and you can call on for advice and ask questions and that kind of stuff, but it doesn't work unless you engage those people and really kind of understand, well, what do they mean for me and my journey? What am I going to get out of them and their understanding of me? And for me, I guess throughout my life, I've had a lot of setbacks and a lot of obstacles, but it's through people like my parents that I've been able to understand, well, how can I get here by doing this, this, and this? And they give me advice kind of along the way. And for me, learning to walk was very difficult. After many brain operations, it takes a lot to relearn those motor skills. And it was thanks to, I guess, my parents that I was able to, I guess, put one foot in front of the other and really kind of understand that, yeah, it might be a tough road to walk to the corridor and walk to the door, but the benefits of that is far outweighs, I guess, the negatives and just lying in bed and not doing anything. And there's a lot of times for me, I guess, I wouldn't want to go to training, or I don't want to do that particular thing at work, but it's really about remembering, well, what's in it for me and how can I get the best outcome possible. And it's through, I guess, the engagement of those people that I trust that I am able to get over those fears and apprehensions and understand that there's always a bright side to life, not always a negative. And yeah, you might not be motivated one day, but it's all through, I guess, that conversation and that understanding that there's more to life than feeling sorry for yourself, and there's always people in worse situations than you. And I think for me, having that engagement and that inner circle really did help, really does help in that kind of situation. The strategy and kind of what I've done to get there, and it's for me, strategy is, I guess, the accumulation of all the hard work and all the sacrifice that you've made to get there. And I remember back in 2006, I just missed the Commonwealth Games team for Melbourne in 2006. I missed by about 0.001 of a second. Needless to say, I was really devastated. I was, I wasn't in the best frame of mind, but I put that aside and kind of moved on and learned from it. And in 2018, which was Commonwealth Games on the Gold Coast, I was lucky enough to represent Australia at those games. And the video, I guess, I'm going to show you in a minute is, I guess, accumulation of 13 or 14 years of hard work, but for an improvement of 0.4 or 0.5 of a second.
Time for the men's S750 freestyle final. Matthew Levy, Rowan Bright.
Matthew Levy, fourth in this event, Thorpe, in Rio, bronze medalist in 2015 at the World Championships, four-time Paralympian. He has 2 golds, 5 minor medals, but this would really crown the career at home with a Commonwealth medal.
The Commonwealth Games at home for him is one that he needs to and wants to add to his list.
Take your marks.
So pretty clean start. The Aussies got away well. Singapore's Wei Sung To in lane 3, and the Valier of Canada is in lane 6. But the man to watch, Christian Sadie, the world champion from 2017. He's the danger. Less than halfway to go. Matthew Levy's out in front. It'd be such a big moment for him if he can hang on and win here. He's out by half a body length. This is special. Paralympic champion becomes a Commonwealth Games gold medalist. Fabulous result for Matthew Levy. Another gold for Australia in the pool. Levy gets the gold. Sadie silver, and Toe of Singapore the bronze. Bright in 5th and Harnapol 6th.
And look at that reaction, knowing that he led almost the whole way in this race, coming through at the end, being able to fend off Sadie at the last point, and becomes Commonwealth Games champion. Well done.
Absolutely fabulous. As we mentioned, 4-time Paralympian with 2 golds, 5 minor medals, and now he's got this championship. Well done, Matty Levy.
Well, Matt Levy, you've achieved a lot in your career, over 4 Paralympics, but to do this at home must be extremely special.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like, obviously we don't get to home games very often, and in my 16 to 18 year career, it's fantastic to actually get to home games, and to perform in front of the home crowd is amazing. And I'm grateful that I was able to do that in my career, and also actually pull off a medal and a gold medal. That was pretty fantastic as well.
Brilliant. Now, you're 31 years old. You go way back to Athens. There must have been a lot of times during your long career where you thought, gee, this is getting hard. Should I keep going? I guess you're so glad that you kept going when you have a moment like this.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. Like, I think the times you struggle are the ones that make you stronger, and I think yeah, it's just great to be a part of something like this, and on the Gold Coast, and a Commonwealth Games, my first Commonwealth Games as well, and my first gold medal as well. It's not every day you get an individual medal, and have it in front of your home crowd is fantastic as well.
It's a big part of what I've learned throughout my career, not just in my sport, but in my life, is strategy and how to achieve something by any means necessary, and really kind of having a succinct understanding of what you're doing. And in 2006, I just missed the Commonwealth Games team by 0.01 of a second. Very close, but not close enough. I missed the team. I didn't compete at the games, and it was through, I guess, that kind of moment. Obviously, I was devastated. I was, it wasn't the easiest to comprehend, but I had a lot of soul searching to do and a lot of understanding of how can I improve for next time. And luckily, I was lucky enough to attend and participate in the Commonwealth Games in 2018. So 14 years later, a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice to get there. But it was really about looking at, well, how can I kind of improve and how can I do the best with what I've got to make it the best outcome possible. It was 28 seconds of hard work. It was 0.4 of an improvement in 13 years. But it was really about working out, well, what do I need to do to be the best version of myself that I can be? And it was through, I guess, strategizing and through understanding what I can do to improve and how I can improve that really got me that 0.4 improvement. It was through a mindset shift and a technique shift. And it was not so much, I guess, an understanding of what went wrong. It was more about what I could improve and how I can get better with each stroke, each year, and each meet. It all culminated into a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games in 2018. So it was a long time. It was 13 years between not making the team in 2006 to winning a gold medal on the Gold Coast in 2018. But it was, a lot of changes in mindset, a lot of changes in technique, and understanding that we're only human and we're only as good as what we think we are and what we can produce. And for me, I guess I was lucky enough to, one, represent my country, but also win a gold medal. But it was through a lot of improvement over those years. And it culminated in 0.4 improvement and a gold medal.
He's the four-time Paralympian who cast his sights on setting a new world record.
Born 15 weeks premature, Matt Levy has survived 46 operations. Remarkably, the visually impaired athlete has swam his way to 7 Paralympic medals.
The intensity from Matt Levy on that breaststroke leg was unlike anything we've seen from him this week. You can see he's in a race to win. The fight between Wang, Serrano and Levy for the bronze medal is really tight. He's claimed the Chinese. Can Levy get on the wall for a bronze medal? He might. He does.
And it looks as though the favourite in lane 4, Matthew Levy, the Australian, finished 4th in the London Paralympics 4 years ago, and he's setting off his campaign as he needs to go on here.
Obviously, I'm 29 years age and I'm going on my 4th game, so it's probably fairly unusual, but if you just keep trying and keep persevering, there's always light at the end of the tunnel and always that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
It is Matthew Levy just ahead of Serrano Zavate on his left-hand side, and it is Matthew Levy of Australia who wins it.
I guess just to finish, I've achieved a lot in my life, and it's really through staying focused and really remembering what you're doing and why you're doing it. It's not easy. None of what we do in life is easy, but it's really about remembering why we're doing it in the first place and what we want to get out of it. We enter this world with nothing and we leave with nothing, but we have all these wonderful experiences and lessons that we learn along the way. And for me, I guess I've learned a lot throughout my life. I've learned how to be a better person, how to be a better sports and how to be better in the workplace, all through, I guess, the mindset and the attitude, I guess, I've brought to what I've been able to do. For me, I guess it's not about success. It's not about achievement. It's about being the best version of yourself you can be. And I've said that a few times throughout the presentation, but it's really about what you can achieve with what you've got and what you can make of life. And for me, I guess I've had a lot of obstacles, a lot of trials and tribulations, but yeah, it's just really about being the best you can be, and enjoying life the best you can. And if I can just leave you one message, it's really about being comfortable with what you've got and trying to keep improving each day, no matter what that improvement or how big or small it is. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you'll be wonders in terms of what you can do and how you can continually achieve in life. I'm, I guess, obviously a very proud Manatech ambassador. For me, I guess I use predominantly AO, Bounce Back, and Manasee, and also Ambitos, and Impact in my for pre and post training. For me, I guess I always feel a lot better using the Manatech products. You always feel you have a lot more energy. For me, I guess as an athlete and as a human, recovery is important. So for, I find using the Manatech products that recovery is a lot quicker, and I'm able to recover a lot easier from session to session. We train a lot as athletes. We do upwards of 30 hours a week of training. So most of the time we're doing 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night. And the Manatech products are definitely really helpful for recovery and recovery from the sessions, but also recovery from injuries and any niggles that I have throughout my career. And I've been a part of Manatech since 2005. And yeah, it always ceases to amaze me how better you feel using the products, and how not so great you feel when you don't take them, if you're away on a flight and you don't have time to take any products and that kind of stuff. For me, I guess I feel a lot more energy, and recovery is a lot easier from session to session and from day to day, because yeah, I pack a lot into one day, and the Manatech products as a whole definitely help with that.